Will the US dollar pull back next week? And what does that mean for pairs like the euro, the pound, the dollar yen, and also gold? That's what we're talking about in today's weekly forecast for the week ending February 23rd, 2024. And if you've been waiting to join our VIP group, I have an incredible offer for you this month that you're not going to want to miss. So click on the link at the top of this video, and you're going to be taken to my recommended broker, Blueberry Markets. Right now, we're running a promotion, guys, through March 12th. And the really cool part about this is this section right here. So you're going to get lifetime access to our VIP group if you deposit $200 or more with Blueberry Markets using my link. So that means you're going to get lifetime access to real-time market discussions in Discord. You're going to get exclusive charts and setups, daily videos. You'll be able to see my trades in real time. Plus, you're going to get lifetime access to the upcoming course. All for depositing just $200 or more with my broker. And also, you'll be entered to win a DJI Mini 4 Pro drone if you trade at least one lot before March 12th. All right, so again, this is a limited time offer, guys. So be sure to see the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on the broker link here at the top of the page, and you'll be taken directly to the Blueberry Markets page to sign up. So that's all you have to do, guys, for lifetime access to the VIP group. You don't have to pay me a dime. All you have to do is come over here, open up an account, fund it with $200 or more, place a single trade by March 12th, and you will have lifetime access to the VIP group, plus a chance to win that drone. All right, so kicking things off with the DXY, this is the US dollar index daily time frame. And if you guys have seen these recent videos, you know that this area up here around 104.5 is the one that we've really been focused on, because you can see back here it was a pivot. We've got resistance through here. We've also got this level right around 104.2. And we did see the DXY close above this during or following those CPI numbers on Tuesday that came in hotter than forecast. So that was expected. What was a little bit more unexpected is Friday's move, because PPI here in the US did come in far hotter than forecast. However, the US dollar actually pulled back. So it's really interesting because it's also a Friday move. And so a lot of times when you do get this, I want to see what happens on Monday. I want to see where Monday closes before I really make a decision here on the DXY. And furthermore, the market has been very sideways, as we can see. Now, technically, this up here is a fake out. So you've got to be a little bit careful. And the price action here, if this holds on Monday, does kind of make me think that we could see a pullback down here towards some of these highs to flush these recent lows down here toward about 103.8 and possibly down toward 103.5. All right, now this up here does look a little bearish, right? It is a fake out, but at the same time, I think it's a mistake to get too bearish on the dollar while it's above this area down here, right? The bottom line is that the market is still making these higher highs and higher lows. So until that changes, until we were to get something like this, right? If that were to happen, then yes, I think we have a trend change. But while the DXY is above 103.5 to 103.8, I do think you've got to be careful getting too bearish here. And really, like I said, I'm just waiting for Monday to close, see what we get here, just because Friday's move was so bizarre given the data that we saw and the market's reaction to that data. Okay, so the DXY for me right now is kind of a wait and see market, as is most of the FX market, to be honest, because really the dollar is the driver for most of these markets. So in a similar vein, we have the EURUSD, which is essentially the inverse of the DXY. So it's no surprise that this market is also very sideways here recently. And this is the trend line off of this low from back here in 2022 that we've looked at. So you can see all of these lows through here, and the market did break down from this recently. Okay, so even though we are seeing a bit of, bearish price action from the dollar, and also the EURUSD reclaiming this area down here, right? We've talked about this 107.55 area, and we did see a reclaim down here. So this right now is technically short-term bullish for the euro, to the point where we could see a sweep of this recent high, maybe up here toward these lows, right around 1.082. However, again, we do have this trend line off of that low that we just looked at, which comes in all the way up here. And that level is as high as next week, right around 1.084, maybe 1.085. So right now it is, short-term bullish, as I said, but you do have to be careful because of this trend line down here that the market did break below. Now, if over the coming days, right, and weeks, we were to see the euro reclaim this area up here, and especially this one up here, this pivot through here, if we were to see something like that and the market take out these highs back here, then yes, I think that would be bullish toward levels like 1.1 and this high right back here. But as of now, though, I really just see this as a sideways market. where we need more data to really decide which way this is likely to go. So the pound, I'm still loving the structure here overall. We've talked about this before, but looking at the daily time frame, we have this massive ascending channel back here. We've now got a descending channel off of these highs and lows, and all of this back through here was really just one big rounded retest of the bottom of this channel. All right, now we did see a recent lower low since September of last year. So we've talked about this as well, where this lower low through here, right, the lower lows compared to this one, this was the first lower low since the downtrend back here. It's still unclear, though, if this is going to be significant for the pound. Now, one thing that did occur last week, and this gives me a bit of pause with the DXY, is the fact that the pound did close just below these recent lows back here. Now, if you draw it from this low right back here, technically the market closed above. Okay, we're right at that level. However, if you use all of these lows through here that we've talked about, 1.2612, then technically the market closed just below. And you can even see this on the daily time frame, right? Where on Friday, you can see where the pound tried to rally above this right here. So you can see resistance here. The market tried to rally above this on Friday, but it did close below that level. So this is why, once again, for me, I need to see more data over here. I need to see Monday, and maybe even Tuesday, to see where this market is likely to go. Is it going to reclaim this region up here, or are we going to get a move back down here toward these lows? And really for the pound, for me, for this market to turn bullish, and this is why I'm holding off on getting too bearish on the dollar too, given the recent price action, is that this area up here, okay, around 1.27 or so, the top of that channel, this is what the pound would have to take out, and really ultimately highs like this up here to really turn bullish. So until that time, I do think that this market is technically still vulnerable while below 1.27. If it were to take out this area up here, then of course that would change my bias. But for now, really, we're looking at the first lower low down here, the market holding below resistance, and also well below 1.27. So I need more data from this market to really decide where the pound is likely to go next. So next up, we have the dollar yen, which is holding above that area right around 149.7. So we've talked about this before. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications. Don't forget to smash the like button. All right, so the dollar yen is holding above 149.7. So you can see that is these highs right back here. So as of now, this is going to be support for the dollar yen. If it were to close below this, then we're looking at a return toward this area around 148.35, and resistance comes in up here around 152. Now, one thing that I'm still watching here longer term, okay, more of a macro picture here for the dollar yen, is this structure right here. So we've got a trend line off of these lows that goes all the way back here toward early 2022. So this, in a more macro picture, is the one to watch, right? We've got these highs up here at 152. We have this ascending trend line. And so if you follow this to a conclusion somewhere over here, right, technically speaking, this is an ascending triangle. And typically, right, not a huge portion of the time, but typically these do turn out to be bullish patterns. Right around 65 to 70% of the time, they do tend to break upward. Now, the confirmation of that, like I've mentioned in recent videos, would be a sustained break above 152 over the coming weeks, right? That would be very bullish for the dollar yen because it would put it above these multi-year highs. But until that time, 152 is going to be resistance, and there's also no confirmed resolution to this more macro pattern. Okay, so keep that in mind. But, looking here at the daily time frame, though, again, 149.7 is going to be support. 152 is resistance. Really, this is still just a level by level market working off of the daily closes. All right, and last up, we have gold here, XAUUSD, which you can see that it did close above this 2K area that it closed below last week. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the DXY, which we saw close above that 104.5 area, only to close back below into the weekly close. So for gold right now, we do have still a confirmed breakdown below this symmetrical triangle that we've talked about. And so at this point, it does kind of look like we are likely to get a move up here toward this level. Now, at that time, it's going to be critical, if you're bearish on gold, to see it hold below this level. Okay, you do not want to see it closing above this if you are bearish. However, like I've said with other markets, it's a level by level market. So I think it's important to kind of not get too bearish or bullish on these markets at the moment because they are so indecisive. All right, but technically, as of right now, this down here is a fake out. This is a reclaim of 2K, and we do have resistance that comes in up here at this trend line next week, somewhere around 2030, maybe 2040. Okay, so this is going to be resistance for gold up here next week. If we were to see a close above this, then you still have this 2080 level to deal with, that macro resistance up there that goes back years. So this is one of those cases where even if gold were to close above this region, even if it were to trade up here next week, I couldn't get bullish here because if you look at the 5-day time frame, right, I am not going to get bullish on a market into a level like this. Okay, so it could turn bullish, but like I've said recently, it would have to clear out all of these highs back here and give us a sustained break above this area, which it was not able to do on this candle. All right, so for gold, again, if we go here to the daily time frame, just kind of wrap up, this area around 2030, 2040 is going to be resistance. We have support now down here at 2000 that it did reclaim. You could argue on this candle, but really on Friday, it did reclaim that level. Okay, so we've got resistance up here. We've got support down here. A daily close back below this would indicate that Friday's candle couldn't hold above 2K and would open up areas like 1975. All right, so very indecisive markets though across the board, not just gold, but the FX market in general right now is very indecisive. So just be careful out there. Have a great rest of the weekend. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. Don't forget to smash the like button and also join Blueberry Markets, my recommended broker. Deposit $200 or more and you will get lifetime access to VIP. See the link in the description. Have a good one, and I will talk to you again on Monday.